Hello, Lord Fish, back for another Blender series. Before we made a bunch of other stuff, today we are going to make a transport truck. We did this before, but don't know if I was too happy with it, so I'm going to try again, see if I can get it a little bit better. We'll see about a trailer. We're just going to go one step at a time. First thing you're going to want to do if you're using Unreal, probably go ahead and size things. Using that, and which one is it? This one, 0.01. And we'll do the last one at 0.01 under units. So now that we're sized, I'm going to make this a little skinnier. I'll probably do this in a couple parts, but we'll see what happens. So I'm going to spread it out. I'm going to take a guess. Maybe we'll use this line as a marker. We'll Shift D it. I'll go back to here, and then we'll just take the minus out of it. So they're exactly the opposite of each other. Okay, and then we'll grab both of them. We'll go into edit mode together. Grab this one. Sorry, we'll grab this side. We'll grab this side. We'll grab this side. And we're going to go I. And of course, we're in edit mode with tab. And when you're about that far, we are going to do this two ways. We're going to do this, and we're just going to slip it in a little. No, we're not actually. Let's grab all of them again and just hit I one more time. And just move it in slightly like that. Okay. Now we're going to grab that inside one and this inside one. Just bring it in just a little bit like that. Okay. Then we'll grab this one. We'll grab this one. And we're just going to do a quick job on the tires. Just kind of looks alright anyways. It's not going to be exact, but you get the idea. And then we're going to hit I again. Okay, and we're just going to move those ones out a bit. Like that. Now it looks like a pretty decent tire. You can see it has some texture. Should look pretty good. I think they're good, but maybe we'll just look about moving them apart a little bit more. And I used tab to get out of edit mode. When you think you're good. Don't have to add an axle yet, so I was just trying to get in the configuration for the tires. Maybe we will do this. Trying to think what we want to keep on the axis. Is this the part we want to keep on the axis? Possibly. Let's go with it then. Alright, when you're ready, we will make a cube. And we'll size it up a little bit. Something like that. And we'll move it up. Gonna have to decide how big you want your transport to be. Maybe make sure it's wider than the tires. This one isn't, so we'll make it a little bit wider. Something like that. Perfect. Now we'll move it up. May not want it to be so wide at the front, so maybe something like this. So we just want a big transport cab. We'll go into edit mode, grab the top face. We'll just shrink it a little bit this way. Then we'll go to lines up here, and we'll just grab that front one, and we'll bump it back nice and gently. Actually, not too much because transports are pretty steep if I remember correctly. Okay, we'll stay in edit mode. We'll go back to faces. We'll go down to here. We'll push E to extract the face down. Something like this. Door's pretty big on it. And then we're going to go to the front face. And we're just going to push it till we're happy with the size of our transport front. I'm going to choose about that. Obviously, it's a bit out of place, but we're just going to work that in a little bit. Something like that. Trying to decide how we should proceed with this. Maybe grab those two. We'll go E like this. And then we'll just grab this top one and we'll go E like this. Like that. I think that's about the look of a transport. Could be a little mistaken. I kind of don't like that last one. Let's get rid of that actually. Let's just keep this. Let's make it maybe a little bit taller. Like that. We'll move it up Alright, so back into edit mode. The tab will control R down the middle, and we'll right click to let it center itself. And then we will make sure we're on faces. Start highlighting this side of the vehicle. You can highlight the other side, but only highlight one side of the vehicle. And it's where we could do some shaping and things without having to do both sides at once. And when you got them all, push delete. Go to faces. Perfect. Something like that. Make sure your tires are the right size. Now's the time to change it if you need to. Go out to edit. And let's move it in like, ooh, you know what? Let's move this up instead. And then I think we'd just hit those two and hit S, and we should be able to make them a bit bigger. And then we'll use this to drag them a bit closer without changing their size too much. Make it a little bit bigger. There. Oh. I'm still just a bit off. You know what? That's probably good. So we're probably gonna have a pretty straight front on this vehicle. So what should we do? Is that what we want our door to look like? Maybe we'll go back a little bit on the front. I'm just gonna take a little bit more time to shape it this time to try to make it look more like a transport. I should have pulled up a picture, but I didn't. Maybe we'll look at those edges. I'm just going to add some bevels for when we do them. They're a little bit smoother than that because that's pretty bad. So let's undo that. I'll grab some more edges. Look at doing the whole thing. And I don't know if we want to do the bottom or not, so maybe we'll just look at this. And obviously I can see it's deformed in the front. We'll fix that up after, no big deal. Okay. I think it looks pretty transporty. So what we do to fix this back end, we'll grab there to there. Just drag it down until it matches the other one. Alternatively, we could drag it up if we really wanted to. And down here we will... Might have to lift it here to be able to see this one. There we go. Well, I guess we just move this one back until we're happy and it's nice and straight. See, that one's still a little crooked at the back. There we go. We may have to do a little more work. It looks like the roof is a bit tall, but maybe that's how you want the cab. I guess it would be pretty big in a transport truck like that, so maybe that's fine. Leave it up to you. If you want your door to be open, we probably want to cut this door out. I'll just move back a hair. Make sure I like it. Go to faces, we'll grab the door, and we'll shift, oops, no, we'll shift D. And we'll hit, oh, you know what, let's undo that. Instead of doing shift D, let's just hit, I'm just going to make sure I don't got two here. Okay. I'm just going to hit P, and then selection. And that should make it its own piece. I think that's okay. And if I right click it, and I go origin to geometry, it'll remove that piece so it's recentered on the middle of it. So now our move point's back where it should be. Someone else keep mentioning that. I thought I should do it this time. And I'm going to make it where you can open the door, so I'm going to take these doors off. So we can also make them a bit thicker now. This would be the time to do it if you wanted to, I think it's Alt-E. Extrude faces along normals. And what it basically does is it should extrude the whole face instead of just part of the face, leaving a gap. Now we have like a thick door. Doesn't have to be the way you start, but it could be if you want to. Now we're going to grab both sides of this window. like that, and we're gonna hit I. And well, I guess that's the surprise gone. It's gonna be a window, obviously. And then we're gonna do this. Oh boy. Maybe we will just do this. We will grab this face and delete it. Okay, but since they're the same face, we should be able to move this one into the middle. Like so. Should be good still. I don't know, might have left a hollow edge on that side actually. Did it? Yeah, it did. Maybe we shouldn't do it like that then. Undo it. So I guess we'll move this one in a bit like that. And we'll move that one in a bit. And then we'll just make both sides of it transparent. And it should make it where we can see through our windows at that point. Easy enough to make a handle for your door. I don't know if we will right yet. Trying to figure out a good process for this, but I don't really know, to be honest. Just kind of winging it. So maybe this is the point we want to add this. If we just hit... Actually, let's wait to do that piece because we can do it a little fancier if we wait. Okay. So maybe we'll work on the back end, I guess. Oh no, we shouldn't. We should reproduce the cab and then we should work on that. So maybe we'll finish the door. Okay, let's do that. Control A, we're going to do a cube, and we're just going to make a door handle. Maybe we'll make a couple things actually. We'll make a mirror and we'll make a door handle. So Shift D, just for we make sure we have an extra piece in case something gets messed up. Make our door handle first, and oh shoot, we need this to be attached to the vehicle. We'll do that in a minute. We'll hit S. I'm just thinking we need it to be attached for when we mirror the door. It's the same on the other side. Hopefully I didn't mess up. I don't think I did though. Something like that. You can put a bit more shape into it if you really want to. I'm not going to, because it doesn't really matter that much, I don't think. Maybe we will. Let's do this. We'll hit L over top of it. And then we'll hit faces, and then we'll unclick this face. And we'll hit Control B. And I'll just give it a little bit of edge to it for it looks a little sharper. Not a big deal though. Just hide the edge in here. When you're ready, we'll just go like this. We'll grab the door, Control J. We'll grab this, and we'll S it down. And we'll move that over. I did a little too far. Something like this, and we'll Shift D it again. Okay, and then we'll take this one, and we will go into edit mode, and we'll grab edges. We'll grab 1, 2, 3, 4, Control B, something like that. And then we're gonna go out of edit mode with tab. We'll shrink it down, something like that. Maybe a little thinner this way. There we go. That's the shape I want. Take this one, and we want to grab all 4 of these edges and all these back edges, like so. Control B, and just round it out like that. Looking pretty good. We'll get at edit mode, and we'll just bring, this one in like this. Drag this one out a little bit like that. Looking pretty good, I think. Something like this. Then we'll go to faces. We'll go I. We'll just drag it in a hair. And then we'll go E. And just drag it in a hair. Perfect. Now we have a, what the heck would we call this? A mirror. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Control J. And move it up into place where you want it. You're probably gonna have to put it on a slight angle, but you can also adjust it still if you want this to be a bit bigger for your truck, but I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to attach it to my door, making sure that it's actually connected. You see it kind of sink into the door. And I'm going to make sure it looks good there. It's not sticking through the other side. And I'll grab my door, Control J. Okay. Able to move it a little bit like this. And we're going to join it back to this because I forgot that we need to do a door on the other side as well. We need it to mirror. So that we're going to need that to work like that. Okay, maybe we'll do a little bit more work on the cab and then we'll switch to our next video. And we'll finish it all up. We're going to put a little more detail in it this time, so it's going to take a little bit longer. So since I kept that on the axis, when I turn this, it should be exactly centered on that. I just got to make it bigger now. So we're going to hit S, and then I'm going to shrink it this way. Sorry, just this way. So it's just like that. And then I'm going to hit S a little bit. Sorry, a little bit bigger than the other one. Then we will move this out to about here. And we're going to punch this shape out of there. So we'll go to Object, Bool, and I think we got to go to the second difference. It actually looks like it was a clean cut, and I don't see anything missing, so let's just accept it. Just hit Apply, grab this box, and we'll delete it. Okay, perfect. So now if we go to this, and we go down to Add Modifier, and we hit Mirror, it'll build the exact same thing on the other side. So now we can hit Apply. Perfect. And then if we go into edit mode, we can go L over the door, L over this, L over that, L over this, and hit P, selection. Okay, click off everything, L, 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 P, selection. So now, as you can see, the doors are back separated, and they're the exact same on either side. So now we could just slide that into place, and it'll be perfect. And we got our floor perfect. Or our wheel well, sorry, cut out perfectly for us. So we just need to add an axle if we're going to do that, depending on your build. And for in here, we can quickly look at this before we go. And we'll continue on afterwards in our next video. I'm trying to get a good view of it. Sorry, guys. So, sorry. Make sure we're on the truck. Go into edit mode. We're going to click this edge. Sorry, go to edges. Click this edge. And if you can see the other edge on the other side, we're going to click Control to here, and then Control left click to there. When you've done that, hit F. Then we're going to click this, 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 and this. And if you just have them and you hit F, it should fill that gap perfectly across and line us up for we have a nice dashboard, and it should be easy transition. One thing I will say before we go is if you want to grab underneath and control all the way up here, control left clicking, all the way around your cab, you're probably going to want to get rid of this marker here, or that cut there, and just hit dissolve edge. And just for it's a little easier to put your windshield, your back window, and you don't have that cut down the middle of everything, basically. Should work out pretty well. So we're pretty much got our cab completely built. We're going to have to do our back end in the next video. But hopefully you guys are following along, and this is looking a little more like you want your truck to look like. So make sure you thumbs up, make sure you subscribe. Check out my other videos if you're a gamer, if you play games. If you'd like to show your appreciation, you can check out Fishton, A Town to Remember. It's on Steam. I'm a co-creator of the game, and we really appreciate the support. if you just want to play a fun, quirky little game. It's on sale right now if you're looking at this video when it's fresh, but it may not be if you're looking at this video later. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.